The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. Before I do that, I want to thank everybody for, commenting on the poll and everything. I appreciate the love, y'all. Those comments, I ain't gonna lie, they made me feel good. I ain't gonna front. I appreciate y'all enjoying, listening to me rant and just talk football. But this video is about college recruiting, the recruiting. So Michigan got a four-star offensive lineman, I think Friday night or afternoon, and a edge rusher that was a 4-star. So with the updated recruiting rankings, we should be, I believe we're 23 from what I saw. But I just want to explain a little bit why I don't get too caught up in it right now. And I'm going to show you right now with the recruiting. So Friday, before that happened, we were 45th in the nation in recruiting. And I just want to break a little of this down on why I don't get caught up into it. And I'm just going to show you, I'm going to tell you why. SMU was in front of us at 44. 14 3-stars. Illinois was in front of us. 1 4-star, 13 3-stars. Maryland was in front of us. 16 3-stars. Kansas State was in front of us. 2 4-stars, 11 3-stars. Colorado was in front of us. 15 3-stars. Rutgers was in front of us. 15 3-stars. Virginia Tech was in front of us. 15 3-stars. Arizona was in front of us. 1 4-star, 1 4-star, 14 3-stars. Boston College, 14 3-stars. Wake Forest, 1 4-star, 14 3-stars. Pittsburgh, 1 4-star, 14 3-stars. Iowa State, 1 4-star, 16 3-stars. And there's a bunch, Minnesota, 1 4-star, 17 3-stars. And it's a bunch of teams like that. That's why us getting those 2 4-stars shot us up past them. That's why I said we'll probably end up in the top 20, if not higher. Because these teams and the way these rankings go, if you just sign a bunch of 3-stars right now, you're up higher. Unless we talk about the top 10, they're going to have 5 stars and a bunch of 4-stars. But I expect us to be in that 20 range, around there, maybe a little bit higher. Because Michigan, we could fill up a roster. We could fill up our recruiting with 3-stars like some of these lower level teams. We could do that right now. But that's not the goal. The goal is to try to get these 5-stars and these 4-stars and to get them to verbally commit. That's the goal, is to go after. You don't want to fill up your roster with your class with 3-stars and then you trying to add these 4-stars. Now you got to tell these dudes, we rescind our offer or whatever, our offer letter to you. We want 4-stars and 5-stars. They come first. That's who we want first. Because let's say we get there, we get to the final few days and we don't have enough. We don't have enough 4 stars, a 5-star or whatever to fill out the roster like we want to. You can always get those 3-stars. You can always get them. But you don't want to fill up your roster with them right now and go when you trying to get 4-stars or the highly touted 5-stars. So that's why I don't get into recruiting so heavy like right now. It is awesome if we would have got like Dante Moore. That would have been great. That would have shot us up into the top 10 probably or something, or top 15 at least. But the goal is to wait for those big names. That's the big names and the 4-stars. Those are the difference makers. 5-stars, 4-stars. 3-stars, you might find a diamond in the rough sometimes, but 3-stars are more development. You get 3, like Michigan State back in, when D'Antonio was there. He would get 3-stars and he would make them play like 4-stars or even a 5-star. You know what I'm saying? Those are 3 stars are more okay. He's got some promise, but he gets in our system. We gonna make him play like a 4-star. That's if you got the right system. You know what I'm saying? So we want to get the 4 stars, or if not the 5-star. Now I know you're gonna say, well, that's the problem. We ain't getting them. Well, we're gonna get some more 4 stars. 5 stars are hard to get unless you've got a culture or just a great recruiting coach. You know what I'm saying? So it's harder to get the 5 stars. We usually get maybe 1, maybe 2 if we have a really good class or something. But it's usually maybe 1, if any. We get a lot of 4 stars and a lot of 3 stars. So that's just what it is on the recruiting trail. That's why I don't get into it like that, because a lot of these rankings, these teams got a bunch of 3 stars. So we added 2 4 stars. We got 10 players in this class. 6 3 stars and I believe 4 4 stars. We added 2 more 4 stars and it shot us up to 23 in the updated rankings. But I just wanted to go over that and show people like the recruiting claim, us being that low, it's not telling you the true story unless you really go dive into it. A bunch of these teams probably 20 of these teams got mostly 3 stars. So we're going to shoot up past them. Once we get later on, we're going to get more 4 stars, a few more 3 stars, and we're going to shoot up even more. We're from the updated ranking I saw, we're 23 right now. So that's just what it is. Now, with the other thing with recruiting, the NIL, I know y'all. And I know everybody's mad about Dante Moore, even Lloyd Carr's nephew or grandson, whoever it was. He didn't go to Michigan. Even with the legacy thing, he said he wanted to build his own legacy. But with the NIL, and this is my knock on Michigan. This is my knock. The way the rules are right now, and the way everything is going, the NCAA is handcuffed. So Michigan trying to play it safe and saying, oh, we want guys that want to be there. And shout out to my boy Monk, because we were talking about this. There's no reason not to just be throwing money at people. And I'm not just saying at 3 stars and stuff, but Moore, the Carr kid, Arch Manning, these type of generational kind of seem like they're going to be generational kind of players. Throw the bag at them. Ain't no reason not to. Everybody's throwing money around, and I know Ohio State and fans and whoever want to say, oh, we're not just throwing money. Yes, you are. Everybody's throwing money. It ain't, oh, we're doing it the right way. No, ain't no right way. Everybody just throwing money. Like, let's just be honest. What's going on? Everybody's throwing money around, and they're just throwing it at them. And there's no rules and regulations to it. That's why Nick Saban and all these dudes are mad, because teams are just throwing money at kids. But there's no rule and regulation to it, because in the statutes and with the judges, they ruled against the NCAA and basically said the NCAA has been getting over on these kids for 20, 30 years, if not longer. So with that being said, if we're playing it safe. There's really no reason to, because everybody's throwing money. What they gonna put? The whole SEC, most of the Big Ten, most of the Pac-12, all these Big 12, they're gonna put all these schools on probation. So you're gonna knock out Miami, Georgia, LSU, Bama, Florida, Texas A&M, Ohio State, Penn State. You're gonna knock everybody. Notre Dame. So USC. So you're gonna knock all them great traditional programs and put them on probation. Yeah, right. All that money they're gonna lose without the blue bloods in the playoff. Yeah, right. The NCAA is handcuffed. Michigan, it's obvious. Throw some money at these dudes and let's just move on. Because by the time they do rules, they're not going to be coming back and trying to put guys on probation. They're just going to say, these are the new rules. If you violate them now, well, we'll hit you now. That's if and when they even come up with the actual rules and regulations. Right now, it's the Wild Wild West, and they can't do nothing about it. That's why coaches, Nick Saban and these coaches are complaining. Because they know the NCAA is handcuffed and they trying to get some type of rules and regulations. Ain't none. Ain't nobody getting on probation or nothing right now. These kids can get all the money. We got the alumni. We got the big bag. We third in revenue. Throw some money at these dudes and let's get us a couple generational talents and let's move on and wait for the regulations. They're not going to go back and say, oh, well, when they ain't going to be able to do that. Because, oh, in 2022, you gave this kid a bag and he didn't have it set up through this and that. They ain't going to be able to do that because they didn't have no rules in place. The rules are, there are no rules right now. You throw that money at these dudes. Let's just think about, if there were, teams would be getting hit with probation already. Because it's been the Wild Wild West since they let it happen. Now it's just getting worse. So let's move on, throw that bag to these, and like I said, I'm not saying it, just throw it to anybody, but you got somebody that's a beast like Archman and Dante Moore. Just name somebody that we see and we want that's looks like he's going to be the truth, and he's a 5-star or a highly touted 4-star even. Throw the bag at him and let's move on. They can't do anything. They can't do anything. We got one of the smartest schools in the country, and these folks act like they dumb. It's common sense. The NCAA can't do nothing. So what are you, we're trying to do it the right way. We don't want to just throw money at. That's true. For some of these dudes, you don't want to just throw money. But a generational talent, you see that he wants to come to Michigan, but he's struggling and he's living in the hood, or his parents are struggling. You throw him the bag and let's move on. It's too much money being generated for you to act like, oh, we can't just throw some money at him. No, yeah, you can. He might get us a national championship. You throw that money at him. You're going to get it back in the playoff and then with the championship. You're going to get it back. So that's just my thing on it. Like, if I'm being real on how I think about it, and that's all I'm going to give you is how I think about it. Now, I know the school and stuff, they're scared. They don't want to get on probation or the death penalty. That ain't happening no more. Until some actual rules are in place for this NIL, you might as well throw the bag. And we got the alumni and enough revenue to throw the bag at these players that you really want, these 5 stars. Because 5 stars, they are the difference makers most of the time. You get a team with the right 5 stars, a few 4 stars or whatever, and you stack them up, then all of a sudden you got something special, usually. So that's just how I feel about it, y'all. I mean, it is what it is. They scared when there's no reason to be scared. The NCAA is handcuffed by the Supreme Court and the judges that ruled against them. They can't do nothing. That's why everybody's just throwing the bag. And you can say, oh, they're not. Yeah, they are. They're throwing the money around. It's obvious. These kids, some of these kids, the quarterback for Miami, he got $9.5 million. Come on. They throwing that bag at these kids. And I can't blame them. If the NCAA is handcuffed, why wouldn't I? I got a chance to change my program real quick while no rules are in place. Sign me up. How much you want, dog? Arch Manning, I would have threw a big bag at him. Come on. We gonna pass it. We gonna pass it more. I know we don't pass it that much, but I got this bag and we gonna let you loose. Because I trust that you're going to take us there. We're going to let you loose. Just come on. Rock with me. All right, here go $1 million more then. Is that good enough? You rocking with me? Do you feel me now? He don't feel me. $2 million more. You feel me? You feeling me now? Forget it. $3 million more. I need you to feel me. And that's all. That's what's going on. So, you know, I can't knock these other teams because we need to get with it until, and I'll say this, until there's actual rules and regulations for the NIL, if there ever will be. We don't know what's going to happen with the SEC, the Big Ten. They're going to try to get away from the NCAA when they add enough teams. That's what's coming in the future. But the NCAA, they can't do nothing. They handcuffed. Until I see some probations and stuff come out strictly directly from bad dealings from NIL, I'm throwing that bag. Because if it was, it would have been happened. So that's all I got on this one, y'all. Recruiting rankings. You have to look a little closer. You got teams, we were 45, we jumped up to 23. And a lot of them teams we passed, they just had a bunch of 3 stars. Like, if you go through the list, it's just a bunch of 3 stars. That's why I don't get into it like that. Because when you're a program like we are, with the name, brand, big name coach, you're going to get recruits, but the goal is to get the 4, 5 stars. We can always fill the roster at the end with a bunch of 3 stars, but you want the 4, the big names, and you have to try. Even if we're not throwing the bag, you still got to try to, make your pitch or whatever. So that's what I got on that, and they throwing that bag around, and we need to throw it around until regulations come. If regulations don't come, you might as well get with the program, throw the bag. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great.